Thanks for doing this. David, thanks for the introduction, and especially thanks for facilitating this event here today. Really appreciate the great turnout, and especially you have such strong ties to Ole Miss, and we really appreciate all you do for the university. And I want to give a special shout out to you and your wife, Ken, for your passionate leadership in establishing the William McGee Center for Wellness Education, which is going to make a real difference here for our students. So I appreciate that. And David is accepting donations. He's already raised quite a bit this morning, and Rawson Athletics is matching those gifts. So welcome everybody to the second annual town hall. Thanks for coming. I'd like to especially extend a warm welcome to a few guests that we have with us today. In particular, we're very pleased to have from Oxford the Honorable Robin Tannehill, Mayor of Oxford. Also, former ESB president, former law school president, Gregory Alston, from Senator Thad Cochran's office. Where is Gregory? Here. And we have Mark Hulsey, alderman from Ward 2, here. Is Mark here? Okay, he's doing business for Ward 2, apparently. So we're truly lucky to live in a place with an amazing town-gown relationship, and we're fortunate to have advocates of the caliber of Senators Thad Cochran and Roger Wicker and Representative Trent Kelly and other members of our federal, state, and local delegations. Today's event provides an excellent opportunity for us to gather as a university community. It allows us to share all the great things happening on our campuses. It also gives us a great venue to exchange ideas about how we can continue developing plans for our future so that we can fully harness that transformative power of higher education. And it's especially rewarding to me that we're building upon the success of last year's town hall meeting in this room. Abraham Lincoln said the best way to predict the future is to create it. So I know you'll be as excited as I am when Provost Wilkin unveils the new strategic plan later today for the Oxford campus. It's a plan that's a direct result of the meeting here last year that generated over 550 ideas. And for that reason, we couldn't have a better venue than to launch that new strategic plan than here at the second annual town hall meeting. As Chancellor, it's my honor to give the State of the University address. Over and over, since Sharon and I arrived 21 and a half months ago, we're reminded daily that this university is a special place with extraordinary people and tremendous offerings and opportunities. And in my investiture speech last November, I urged the Ole Miss family to imagine what we can do and how far we can go. I shared how, we are standing atop a peak, but yet from where we are, we can see yet higher peaks. And the real question that remains is, how do you reach those peaks? How do we have those important conversations about going from great to greater, and how do we get there? No doubt you're familiar with the 4 pillars that emerged during the flagship forum, which was the 100-day listening and learning tour from the first half of 2016. And what came out of those discussions with over 200 groups across the campus, the state, and even the nation were 4 resonating themes that became the 4 pillars for our new strategic plan: academic excellence, healthy and vibrant communities, people, places, and resources, and athletics excellence. And they're mirrored here on the boards on both sides of the room that are going to be part of the exercise we go through today. And Dr. Wilkin will soon present the strategic plan, talking about that roadmap to get us ever greater into the future as a flagship university. So today I just want to share with you some of the achievements and successes around those 4 pillar areas, because we're poised now to move forward and make further progress. In academic excellence, As an institution of higher learning, that is always first and foremost to us. Every day and in every way, we see evidence of the academic excellence across our campuses. We are Mississippi's only Carnegie R1 highest research activity university. That puts us in the top 2.5% of colleges and universities nationwide. This year's freshman class has the highest entering GPA of just about 3.6. And not only do we lead the state in enrollment with nearly 24,000 students, we're listed as the 10th fastest growing public doctoral institution in the country in the Chronicle. But we're not trying to grow. In fact, what we're doing is bringing together our standards, our enrollment, and the quality of the educational environment that we provide. As an example of our programs, all 3 degree programs in the Patterson School of Accountancy are ranked number 8 in the nation by the Public Accounting Report, and our master's program is the top-ranked program in the SEC. And our Solly McDonald Barksdale Honors College, which is a crown jewel for our university, and what I truly, totally unbiased way believe is the best honors college in the nation, is celebrating now 20 years old. And we are continuing to grow academic excellence, including our brand new biomedical engineering program, which in the very first year in the School of Engineering has an inaugural class of 54 students and an average ACT of 31. Now, if any of you have recently heard about the awarding of the Nobel Prize in Physics, you know that faculty and researchers in our physics department have been an integral part of the international LIGO collaboration that contributed to that work. And what an honor it is for the University of Mississippi to have played a part in such an astounding breakthrough that resulted in a Nobel Prize in Physics. Let me quickly share a major initiative we've undertaken to enhance our research excellence. This year, we've established the flagship Constellations Research Initiative to find new meaningful solutions to some of the grand challenges affecting not only Mississippi, but the country and the world. The inaugural 4 constellations consist of cross-disciplinary teams of thought leaders from all campuses, including Oxford and the Medical Center, to address the grand challenges of community well-being, disaster resilience, brain wellness, and big data. So be on the lookout for information at an upcoming event on Friday, November 17th to highlight our flagship constellations. We have quite a list of achievements, but I want to take a moment to highlight one exceptional appointment to help ensure that we continue to enhance and expand our academic excellence. So let me particularly give my congratulations to Dr. Noel Wilkin, who was formally named Provost and Executive Vice Chancellor last month for the university. Let's thank Noel. As a university, an important part of our mission is to improve our communities, and we accomplish that through our next pillar of building healthy and vibrant communities. At Ole Miss, we impact lives and communities, whether it's across the street or around the world. And with the state's only academic medical center, we are committed to keeping our communities together. So take, for example, our new Bauer School of Population Health at our medical center in Jackson. It's only the 3rd of its kind in the country. The Bauer School is truly transforming healthcare practice and delivery, and will do that in Mississippi and beyond. In keeping with our medical center campus accomplishments, we recently opened a new 151,000 square foot School of Medicine building, which will have a tremendous impact on increasing the number of physicians in a state that has the lowest per capita number of physicians in the country. And just last week, UMMC was recognized as a model for national telehealth expansion by being designated one of only 2 telehealth centers of excellence in the entire nation by the Federal Health Resources and Services Administration. We also recognize that building healthy and vibrant communities means having a deep commitment to serving others with our unique talents and innovations that have the ability to transform the quality of life for Mississippians. One of the ways that the university has committed to expanding its impact is hiring a new Vice Chancellor, first time ever, for diversity and community engagement. So I want to highlight Dr. Katrina Caldwell, whom we welcomed in January. So let's please give a round of applause to Dr. Katrina Caldwell. Under this community umbrella, we are preparing in January to launch another major initiative called M-Partner, formerly called the Big Idea, in which the university will partner with towns and cities in Mississippi, one at a time, to enhance every aspect of community life. Through M-Partner, we will find solutions to community challenges and exploit opportunities by matching the creativity and talent across our entire university, all of our campuses, with that of the community, ranging from medicine and population health, to science and engineering, to the humanities, to business and entrepreneurship, to education, to arts and culture, to law and public policy. So be on the lookout in the coming year for more about M-Partner and how students and faculty can get engaged in making a real difference in Mississippi. The third pillar we'll talk about is people, places, and resources, which enables the success in the prior two pillars I just described. And how do we judge success in this category? Well, how about the fact that we have been named a great university to work for by the Chronicle now for 9 years in a row, or that our university has a Purple Heart designation as a military-friendly university? How about the fact that our passionate alumni and friends have donated over $100 million now for 6 years in a row? And we've recently hired, to make sure that that continues, Dr. Charlotte Parks, our first ever Vice Chancellor for Development, to lead us to ever greater heights in that area. Charlotte, why don't you stand up and let people welcome you. What about the more than $1 billion in construction going back 2 years and including what's about to start, including our recent purchase of Baptist Hospital here in Oxford to support the growth and space needs of the main campus, a new 1,500 space residential garage, the renovated Gillum Women's Sports Center, the expanded student union. We're also working on a $32 million project on the south end of campus that includes a new recreation center and transportation hub. We have a $23.5 million renovation and expansion of GHM, which will provide a new home for the School of Applied Sciences, as well as new classrooms. And major new buildings at UMMC, including a new medical school, building for translational research, and a new wing for the Children's Hospital. And our largest ever project at Oxford will begin soon, and that's a $140 million STEM building, which will be a game changer for our students and education. All these accolades and enhancements promote our academic goals, they help us extend our reach and our impact, and they enhance our ability to attract and retain the very best students into Mississippi and to keep the best and brightest in Mississippi. So let me get to our fourth pillar, which is athletics excellence. Because you know, athletics is our front porch to the university. It's the most visible part of the university on a regular basis across the nation and the world. It plays a very important role in bringing people, by capturing their hearts and passions, bringing them to our beautiful campus where they can experience the full richness that our extraordinary comprehensive university offers. And this past year was a banner year with our Rebel athletes achieving their highest cumulative semester GPA in recorded history with just over a 3.0. More than half of our student athletes earned a spot on the athletic director's honor roll with a 3.0 or better, and 25 student athletes recorded a perfect 4.0. In addition, Ole Miss recorded its highest ever graduation success rate for student athletes at 81%, which is well above the school average. Athletics is truly a central part of the university's overall mission of educating the next generation of leaders, and we pride ourselves in providing exceptional opportunities for our student athletes to benefit from the discipline, the leadership, the teamwork, the camaraderie gained by competing in the SEC. And along the way, they deliver some thrilling performances. You can remember the Ole Miss softball team last year bringing home the SEC championship. Or how about Braden Thornberry winning our first ever NCAA golf national championship individually and winning the Haskins Trophy, which is the Heisman Trophy for golf. And how about our women's cross-country team ranked 12 in the country. Most recently, we've seen the unifying role that athletics can have on our university, with our student government leading an effort to have a more widely embraced mascot. And as you learned last Friday, we're moving forward with the new land shark as mascot that unifies, inspires, and depicts the positive spirit and strength of our athletic program and our student athletes. So I want to give a big fins up to the ASB and all of our students for their passionate leadership, and to our students, alumni, faculty, and staff for the enthusiastic support to make that change. And let me quickly update you on two final other items of interest to our university community. The first is our ongoing commitment to being a leader in STEM education. This commitment is reflected in the new STEM building, which is our largest ever project, as I mentioned, in an Oxford campus, and our Gates Foundation-funded Plato project, which will revolutionize how we teach in many classes. It's also reflected in our recent hosting of the second annual Tech Summit here in this room with industry and government leaders. All these efforts are imperative as we continue our focus on stimulating world-class research that drives innovation, as well as preparing the next generation of students as lifelong learners who will make an impact in our technology-driven world. And this past summer, the Chancellor's Advisory Committee on History and Context concluded a thorough 15-month-long process, scholarly process, that was part of a larger process that lasted more than 4 years that included the 2014 Action Plan, which urged the university to offer more history, putting the past into context, and to do so without attempts to erase history, even difficult history. The result of this process is that we are adding contextualization plaques and markers to 9 sites on campus. Since one building's namesake, namely Vardaman Hall, was judged to be exceptionally at odds with the values of the time, we will seek to rename it. As an educational institution, we were guided in this effort by our overriding responsibility to teach and foster learning, especially from parts of our history that are painful. Contextualization was determined by this community to be the most effective approach to achieve that goal. So I greatly appreciate the efforts of the community for their scholarly and fact-focused work. I also appreciate the members of our university, including all the members of the broad network of alumni and friends that took time to provide us with their input, whether it was through the online portal or in person at our listening sessions. The process represents a committed effort to recognize the university's troubled history and to learn from it so that we can truly be a bright beacon of opportunity to transform lives, communities, and the world. And before I close, I want to share what I've learned it means to be an Ole Miss Rebel. We and only we control the meaning of Ole Miss Rebel. An Ole Miss Rebel is a rebel with a cause, to make a difference in our world as an innovator, a mentor, a teacher, a teammate, a caregiver, a champion for others, a fiercely loyal family member, an entrepreneur, a trendsetter, a leader. That's our meaning of Ole Miss Rebel. And when we look at the world around us and the many, many challenges we face, we recognize the responsibility we have as Ole Miss Rebels and as members of the state's flagship university. Because being an Ole Miss Rebel means we stand up for one another. It means we do not shy from difficult discussions. It means we neither hide from nor hide our past. It means every voice matters, and it means we move forward together with a shared vision for our future. So I want to conclude my remarks today by a fun 30-second video narrated by Morgan Freeman that illustrates our commitment to excellence in all we do and what it means to be an Ole Miss Rebel. Thank you.
We are Ole Miss Rebels. As Mississippi's flagship university, we dig deeper, see farther, work harder. We pioneered human organ transplants. We helped prove Einstein's theory of gravitational waves. We are distinguished as a Carnegie R1 top 2.5% research institution. We are Ole Miss, transforming lives and the world.